Hello. Welcome. I should probably move myself over for the vertical viewers because they could only see half of me. Hello. Wish it would let me edit that. Wow, this thing has dual streaming now, and I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know how to feel about it. Maybe I move over a little bit. Hi, how's it going? Hello. Yeah, close enough. Hello. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kamen Rider ZEZTZ-udan. I am, of course, your host, Call Sign Henshin, coming to you live from U2285. How's everyone doing today? Crazy day, man. Crazy day. We are 10 minutes away from Kamen Rider ZETZ on our TV screens, or our computer screens, I guess. Heavy day for yours truly. Woke up feeling ill. I feel better now. I had a bit of a migraine, but I woke up, and then I get told, oh yeah, that Christmas stuff we were doing today, yeah, we're moving it to next week. So it's like, okay, so I have nothing to stream in the morning, which was good. It gave me time to, like, you know, sleep off my headache and stuff, my migraine. And I'm feeling better now, which is good. So I managed to get through that pretty good. So we're here. We're here. Welcome everybody to the Kamen Rider ZEZTZ-udan. Man. We are about to see... We have so many questions left from last week. And I feel like I would not be able to do it all a good service. You know what I mean? Like, this is... By all means, it's crazy to think about. I'm sitting here thinking, like, there's so much things we need that, like, we need answers to. We need to know what Nox's whole deal is with the organization, because clearly they're gonna ask for his elimination here tonight. And then on top of that, we're looking at ultimately, like, I guess Baku's gonna be going through some childhood traumas, I guess. Which I don't know how that works, unless that means every time you go through a black hole, you're going to have to observe if you get sucked into a black hole, you have to relive childhood traumas, apparently. But then again, it is a dream, so it does make sense. I forgot the black hole was in the dream. But ultimately, it's kind of a interesting position when we're put in, where now Zero has made himself known to Nox, but Nox seems to already know who he is, as revealed. So, like, the whole history thing, what's going on there with that? Like, if anything, like, I'm not saying this to, like, knock on it, but, like, Baku is, like, his story is very important, don't get me wrong, but now we're all wondering what's going on with Zero and Nox. Like, what's happening over here? What's happening there? That's what we want to know. That's what we want to know as people. That's what we want to know. So, like, what's happening there? What is happening there? So, we got questions, and hopefully we get some answers here tonight. Hopefully we get the answers that we need. Because, man, I tell you, we need to have some answers, man, like, for reals. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are you doing? What are we doing at this point? Like, my God, I know for a fact we're going to have a lot to talk about after the show. We're going to have a lot to talk about after the show, but I feel like it's about time for us to get ready for the show. Excuse me. Hope y'all are having a great night tonight. Let me go ahead and get y'all the link. Let me get y'all the link. I need to put that in the chat. Let me go ahead and put this in here. As always, I don't want you guys to watch me during the show. I want you to go watch the official feed on Tokusatsu, and then once the show is over, come on back. That's how we do here. I don't want to take away from their views. I want people to go to the show and watch it. So by all means, if you're not over there now, if you're not over there yet, start making your way over there, because we're starting in 5 minutes. The show starts in 5 minutes. 5 minutes showdown. 5 minutes. I'm allowed to speak. If anyone gets that reference, we could be friends. All right. let's go ahead and hop over to our cinema room and get set up. Let's go ahead and get this on screen here. There we go. All right. We are good to go. Why is it saying 2 chat rate? Like, what? Am I missing chats? That's weird. That's a weird number. Anyway. Let us get ready for this. We are 4 minutes away. As you guys know, quick explanation as to why it's blurred. Copyright. That's why. Like, I feel like I shouldn't have to say it anymore. How you doing, Dane? Good to see you, man. I shouldn't have to say it, but like for the new viewers, if you're wondering why I censor the video like this, it's for copyright reasons. It's because obviously we cannot show copyrighted material. We can kind of get away with the audio, but when it comes to like inserts and stuff, I have to mute for copyright reasons. So ultimately, is like dead. So no, we have to do it like we can get away with the spoken word because you can't really copyright. You can't copyright spoken words. You know, you can't copyright that stuff. But when it comes to like inserts and stuff, if it's like we can get away with like the cool background music, but we can't get away with the vocal background music. We can't get away with that because there will be a copyright claim. And here's the thing: right now, copyrights don't really mean too much when it comes to like copyrighted music because I'm not a YouTube partner or I'm not part of the YouTube partner program. But once you become a YouTube partner and you start using that music, that's how you get your entire video demonetized. And like right now, I don't make any money off of this. I do this for the love of the game. But if that ever happens, I kind of want to already get in that mindset of, hey, we need to be acting like we're in there and like future-proofing our stuff. Because I want to make sure that the review show, that this show, the ZEZTZ-udan, it exists way past Zets, you know? And then people who are watching Zets can come back and kind of like watch along with us. I would love to do a non-blurred version, but I don't know if I can like start a Patreon for that, and if that's allowed, because I feel like that would be weird. I'm not familiar with Patreon's take on this kind of stuff, but so I'm a little like baffled if I can even do that. But ideally, I would love to. But we are 2 minutes away, and ooh, I'm excited. Baby. Man, my throat's still a little hurting from yesterday. I've had an exciting week, man. If y'all need to come down to my boy Prayer's stream over on the front platform, we watched the Game Awards together, and I lost my voice. Okay, I don't want to say I lost it. I was on the verge of it. My throat was sore, and then I talked to a lot of people for my job. So I ended that work day with my throat shot, which is why I had to cancel my Fallout London stream. And then I had a migraine this morning, and it was all lit, but I'm good now. I still feel a little raspiness in the back, a little irritation. But I don't think it's going to be like I don't think it's going to impede me from doing the show, you know what I mean? I don't think it's going to stop me. So, here we go. We are at 55 seconds. Please get over to the main Tokusatsu feed. Please get over to the Tokusatsu feed. It is almost time. It is almost time for us to bask in the peak that is Zets, baby. Come on out now. Here we go. 30 seconds. So if you haven't clicked the pinned chat message in the chat, click it now. Get your ass over there. Give them the views. I don't need the views right now. I need the views after when we do the discussion, post-discussion. But I need y'all to give them the numbers. They need that more than I do. Please head over to the Tokusatsu feed now. Here we go. 10 seconds. All right, here we go. And unmuting. ZEZTZ! You made a foolish bad dream come true. That I don't understand that line. That line kind of baffles me. He's fighting. He's fighting. Whoa. Whoa, it's getting trippy. Whoa. Oh. That's not good. Wait, what? Whoa. Whoa. Oh, the element. Oh my god. The manifest. Oh my god. What is this? Name, what's up?
隕石を止めるのにブラックホール作っちゃうなんて。自分まで吸い込まれちゃ世話ないけどな。でも人類は救われた。エージェント冥利に尽きるな。ここでも通じるのか。
I'm glad you're safe. Your next mission. Eliminate the enemy.
Oh, this is gonna be one of those.
敵って誰のことだ？
Nox.
あいつは何者だ？なんであいつもカプセルを使いこなしてる？
Just focus on your mission.
何も知らずにただあいつを。
Okay, he's getting a little. Okay. Okay. What? Okay, Zero? What?
カプセムは悪夢を叶える力。それが真実だ。
Okay, this is getting crazy, man. So is it his own dream? Where is he? That's a question we need answers to, right? His own mind is testing him. So, okay, so it is his own mind. I can't really see Zero as the final villain, but my theory on a confrontation... Yeah, I feel... Okay, here's the thing. They did something like this with Saber, right? There was a thing they did with Saber where when Saber was working with that team, right, with those knights, right? And then the higher-ups of that group deemed him an enemy of the state. And then they all turned on him, and he was forced to fight them pretty much. I feel like the same might happen with ZEZTZ, like with Baku. I feel like his whole deal is that he's going to get disavowed, right? I don't know how, and I feel like maybe he won't eliminate Nox because he's more interested in learning the answers, and he becomes an enemy of code. He becomes a disavowed agent, and it's up to him to find out the truth, right? I feel like it's something like that. So it's not going to be so much that Zero's going to become the enemy. It's going to be that that Baku's going to be the outside man in, right? I feel like that's the big deal here. He's going to be like the disavowed agent who's trying to find the truth outside of the system, right? Like, I'm literally going off of spy tropes, so I don't know if that's going to be the case, but I get that feeling that's what it is. Case 14. Thunder! Get ready to feel the thunder! The first bad dream he ever had.
小学校の帰り道。
Oh, this is when he got struck by lightning. Wow, that kid has not slept in days.
この日から俺は悪夢を見るようになった。
Wait. That was the day the bad dreams started. Wait, so he's having like... So... Too deep undercover.
僕はいつになったら目を覚ますんですか?
But this is not a first time occurrence then.
もうしばらくはかかる。
信じられません。僕が他人の夢に潜入なんて。
エージェントとして夢主とこの社会をナイトメアの悪
God really said screw this kid in particular.
それが君の兄の使命だからね。
It's interesting though that the black hole teleported him into his own mind. That's what I find very interesting about it.
塾に通ってたんだ。きっと優秀な小学生だったんでしょ? どうかな。
You're not sure. Excuse you?
特別なクラスに昇格した。
Okay, we're getting some story on back.
何やってるの? 寝てる?
Wait a minute.
ちょっと変わった塾だったの覚えてる。
Wait a minute. Okay. This is a reference to something, and it's like something even I went through.
おはようみんな。さあ、授業を始めようか。
Wait, what?
カプセン授業を叶える力。
Wait, no! Ain't no way!
嘘だ。
ちゃんと課題は済ませてきたかな?
Wait a goddamn minute! No!
あの人って。なんで俺は肝心なことを忘れてたんだ。
Are you... What? Knox was his team... What? What? Whoa! 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 Hold the fuck on! Hold the fuck on!
さあ、夢の世界ともお別れだ。
Holdeth the fucketh on! What?
出てこい。いるのは分かってる。
What is... Okay, it's clearly not Baku who he's hunting. It's clearly not Baku. To be fair, that white stripe could actually be aging hair. To be fair. Wait, he's in... What? He's in his dream? What is happening right now? What?
お前が恐れているからだ。
恐れてなどいない。
My man is also in a coma. What is this bullshit? What's up, Moonlight?
口で言えよ。
守備はどうだ。
画廊や美術館は当たりましたが、小高さんの足取りはつかめませんでした。課長は
ダメだ。
You know what?
探
Absolutely.
索士の渥美太郎を追求したが、小高の行方については分かってない。
小高さんは意図的に足取りを消していたようですね。
So he's in a coma. He's in a hospital somewhere, but somehow no one knows what hospital it is.
昼食にしますか。
まだ早いだろ。
朝昼夜規則正しい食生活は常識です。
俺は夜の3食なんだよ。
体壊しますよ。課長。
Uh-oh.
夜。おい、夜中の12時の間違いじゃないよな。
ついさっきまで明るかったのに。
これはブラックケースか。
なんで急に。
This shit getting tight, y'all.
先生さよなら。
バク。
Wait, to be fair,
先も伸びてる。
he looks like he's like maybe
頑張ってる。
12-ish here? Like maybe 13? So it would have been probably maybe like a 5-year difference if we were to assume that 7 is 18, right?
セブンとノクスって知り合いだったの？
そんな記憶はない。
でたらめな夢を見ることってあるけど。
いや、何かがおかしい。
So like, okay, so it looks like something's off.
あれ？戻った。
But it looks like Nox is fighting his own demons by the looks of it. Like something's not adding up here.
消されている。俺の心は俺が一番分かってる。
不都合な真実が好むのは闇だ。
Oh, he's having a detective moment. Hold on.
あいつに会わなきゃ。
大丈夫。大丈夫だから。
Yeah, something's not adding up.
怖くない。大丈夫。
Oh, I think I know what he's gonna do.
俺は
So this, oh, so it's pretty clear how he gets the power.
自分でつけたい。
Gotta be fast, man. You gotta be fast. Move faster.
悪夢を叶える力でも何でも。
Is Nox under the control of his nightmare? Does Capsum escape? I feel like he's fighting a villain, but more accurately, it feels like an inner demon. Like, it feels like I don't even want to say an inner demon, but it's definitely something that's tormenting him. Oh, damn. My man, he made his own capsule. Like, he didn't pull that out of the wall. He made that shit himself. My man's got Gotchard energy all over him.
もう大丈夫だ。行こう。
Wait, what?
セブンの違う。誰か 別の人の夢の中。
Oh, now they're in Nox's dream.
Illuminate the enemy. それが俺のミッションだからな。
私は何をすれば。
君もこの世界観を生きろ。
My man, oh, my man got cold with it. My man got cold with it. Oh, love that song. What is the role she was cast in? That's the big one. Oh, knocked. Oh, the demon is keeping it from waking up! That's what it is! The nightmare is keeping him from waking... Wow!
Ah. 俺には果たすべきミッションがある。Eliminate the enemy.
俺の邪魔をするな。
Is he gonna make forms with all the horrid things that happened to him? Is that going to be the only time? I think he already has, but this has become like a more literal thing for him. Like, oh, it's plasma. Interesting. The thing is, though, is that like the way they phrased it is that the capsules are kind of made by his mind in that room, but at the same time, but this one's more literal. Like he actively made it himself, which I think is different. I could be wrong, though. I don't know. Inazuma winning 11. Damn! Look at that! Look at that form! Holy shit! Oh, oh, that's beautiful. That's fucking beautiful. I loves to see it. The subtitle said Inazuma, which is winning. Which I think might have been a mistranslation. Okay, I'm worried right now about Nem's reaction because she seems to be. Oh, oh, Inazuma Purasuma. Okay, fair enough. Damn, quick escape! Wait, they were... Okay, those two hydras are too close to each other. Whoa! Matrix! Whoa! That is an... Okay, that is a new weapon. Okay, the flash up in here. The way Nem is acting is kind of weird. Wait, this is a okay. So this is a full-on new form. Did they repaint? No, it actually looks unique. Okay, he's not actually gonna kill him, I don't think. That'd be insane if they outright killed him. Oh! Oh, that didn't go over well.
俺たちがいたあの軸は何だ。お前は俺から何を消した。
Oh, shit.
思い出してきたか。消されたのは深い闇だ。
Yeah, you can make the argument that the white streaks in his hair are his aging. And that's not an aesthetic choice.
部屋なのに暗くなった現象と何か関連が。
光の発生地点を。
小高さんの件と関係があると思ってんです。
ナイトメアの影に小高ありだ。
Yeah, Fujimi needs to chill the fuck out.
もう16時間眠ったままです。バクに何をさせてるんですか。
今回のミッションは敵の息の根を止めること。
バクにそんなことさせないで。
Oh! She just, oh my god! Okay, I give a props for that.
人助けを優先する人です。
That's still
人助けだ。大義のためならダーティーな任務を請け負う。それが彼の愛したエージェントの世界だ。
Okay, Zero, I don't like that tone.
消された闇ってなんだ。知ってることを吐け。
コードだ。
Wait, what?
俺たちは奴らの陰謀によって人生を悪夢そのものに変えられた。
What is happening?
自分の身は自分で守れ。コードナンバー7。
This is, okay, this is getting deep. This is getting fucking deep. Zero's acting weird, and now Nox says that.
Code.
次回仮面ライダー Z。
What does it say?
俺たちエージェントを利用して何を企んでる。
これはもう様子見ってことか。
暗闇があなたにとっての悪夢。
違う。
明けない夜はない。
Dude, Zero is, oh my god. That, okay, we got questions here. We got questions. We got some questions here. Baku's gonna save Nox. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. But this whole mystery with Code is starting to become, it's starting to become like a little intrinsic, because now the story turns. Let me go ahead and jump back over here. Let me jump. Woo. The story is starting to get more intrinsic, because here's the thing. We already saw that we saw that I'm blanking. We saw that Zero was already saying some weird shit, right? Because literally, if y'all remember last episode, what Zero said to Baku's sister. And now he said even more fuck shit and earned himself a goddamn bitch slap, which, my god, props to Baku's sister for that. Props to her. That was fucking well merited. Okay? I agree. I still think Zero's not the villain, but there's definitely something there's some fuck shit going on at Code. So ultimately, the fact that she bitch slapped the fuck out of him is just fucking icing on the cake. Gotta love that shit. You're free to think that. Yeah, because he's not saying that they are disposable. He's saying that, like, basically, here's the thing. The way I see it is that Zero is not afraid to play the villain when he needs to, right? He's cool, calm, and collected, but he also knows that there are just some things that are going to have to be asked of you, right? You called it? I mean, so far it's looking that way, though. I don't think anyone could have anticipated the fact was his trauma of like, okay, yeah, you did call that. The ends justifies the means. Yeah, it's definitely coming out to be that it's definitely coming out to be that, like, Code operates in a way that Baku is not going to agree with. At least I think, right? That's me assuming. I could be wrong. But it feels like that right now. Also, the ring was important. The ring had to do something, but the big thing that we're finding out right now is that Nox knew Baku when he was younger and erased his memory. Baku was always meant to be a code agent, and if we're looking at what was going on in that special class, he was being indoctrinated into being a code agent. Right? That special class, I think, if you're looking at the screams and how it works, they were training him to have the ends justifies the God, fuck off, Dane. No, that's good. That was a good one. But here's the thing. I think it looks like, because it looks like if you look at that, they were trying to indoctrinate him to have lucid dreaming from a young age. Exactly. So this wasn't specifically that these are people in that class that have those same talents, right? They knew that they had those talents, and that's why they were put in that special class. So they were being trained to be code agents. So literally Knox, for some reason, and I feel like not just with him, he did it with all the kids in that class. He erased their memories of Code's existence. But somehow Baku broke through the blockade. So ultimately, like, this is deeper than what we think, because right now, sleeper, exactly, that's what I was looking for. Thank you, Scruff. Sleeper agent, in the most literal sense of the word. Literally they indoctrinated him into lucid dreaming so he could carry out his talents. So ultimately, like, that is a huge thing. And then on top of that, not only is Nox fighting Code, he's fighting his own internal nightmare that won't allow him to wake up. So we got a thing going on, and Nem even is starting to act weird. No, Dane, don't be mad. Don't be mad. It was a good pun. I will always react negatively at first. It was a good pun. I'm just not a fan of puns. But, you're good. You're good. But here's my thing, is that everything is, like, slowly turning on its head. Right? Everything is slowly turning on its head. And we've slowly but surely seeing Zero in a different light. Now, do I think that means he's the villain? No, I don't think he's the villain. But I do think that line that he said, that sometimes dirty missions are needed sometimes, and this is the world he came into, like, that is not, he showed up in the orphanage out of nowhere? He did? Wait. The only orphanage I know in this show is the one that Nem's from. Oh, she showed up in the orphanage out of nowhere. I mean, to be fair, it was never clarified. Like, yeah, she was just an orphan, but like, obviously she wouldn't know, right? Or I don't know. Here's what I'm thinking. Okay, if we're going off that logic, here's the thing. If we're looking at Nox's actions, right? Nox somehow okay, Scruff's you're getting it. You're getting it. Nox has Nem's body. Nox is in a coma too. Yes, but not in the same way Nem is. He can't wake up because a nightmare is preventing him from waking up. For some reason. Like cuz he was fighting in his own dream, he was fighting a nightmare. A nightmare that seems to be a little bit more sentient than the common fare. Because the nightmare, instead of trying to take over Nox, instead of taking over Nox's body, it's keeping him imprisoned in this it's keeping him imprisoned in this dream world. So the nightmare is keeping him here. But my whole thing is, here's the thing. Nox erased Baku's memory. Right? But it looks like also keeping that in mind, I think if I'm, and maybe I'm wrong about this, because here's the thing: Nem still has no idea. She's like not understanding herself. The way I see it, Nox was the first person. Nem was the first person Nox erased her memory of. But I think he couldn't control that power. And he went too far. Right? So if we look at it like that, then that means Nox is like keeping her there, like as a way to like make up for what he did. Because apparently, I think if we're looking at it like that, and he thinks he's the good guy, he thinks the nightmares will be what keeps her out of her coma, or that'll keep her safe at least. But if we're looking at his dream, the nightmares are keeping him in a coma. So, what's the logic there? Like, what is that? The timeline is weird. Wait. Okay, if we're going off 3 years, if we're saying 3 years ago the crash happened, I mean that would only imply because no, he would still kind of look the same in 15. So, yeah, the timeline there's a little off. I mean they never exactly said what age he was, but like for him to look like that and then like look like different 3 years ago, that doesn't add up. So ultimately, we have a conundrum on our hands. But that means okay. But if that's the case, then that means Knox was and he should have been in code at the time. So that means even while he was in a while he was in the agency, he was still fighting the agency within. Right? There's so many weird things going on here. Was he an undercover cop? But no, but then Fujimi would know about the indoctrination. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm sitting here trying to like piece it together. So everything happened 3 years ago. 3 years ago, Knox disappeared, Nem disappeared. So then when was that? How did Nox deliver the paintings that hasn't been actually, which is important because he was next to the comatose Nem? Wait. Okay. Hear me out. Hear me out. Actually, no, I got nothing. I was thinking maybe that nightmare that he was fighting might be taking over his body and acting on his behalf, but then that doesn't make sense. So I'm sitting here like, what could it be? You know, like I'm a level deeper. No, because she didn't start sleeping in the dream world. She was in a coma and then brought into the coma. So there's basically two versions of Nem that exist in the dream world. Do you have nightmares as well? I mean, yeah, I mean everybody has nightmares. Funny story. I actually achieved a lucid dream earlier this week, but I could not fully control it. I was aware that I was in a dream. I was looking around, but when I tried to control everything, my brain was too addled. Like I think I had like recently I'm piecing together some things that my parents told me and that some friends have noticed. I have pieced some things together, and it looks like I may have AUDHD. Like I'm autistic and I have ADHD because in the dream, and here I thought lucid dreams meant you could control your dream. Yeah, that's the thing though. But I was cognizant of my surroundings. I knew what I was doing, and like everything in the dream, but like I couldn't make sense of the world around me. Everything almost looked like either scrambled, corrupted, or broken JPEGs. For some reason, I was seeing broken JPEG boxes everywhere. And I was like looking around. Oddly enough, Eminem was standing next to me. I don't know why Slim Shady was next to me, but that's what he was doing there. We were like getting out of a car. And then that's when I started realizing, because like I started realizing I was in a dream. I was piecing it together, but I couldn't control anything because like my brain is too addled for that. Like because I have like 70 thoughts going in here at one given time, and it's like and it fucks me up because I can never like get through that fog, right? Because I got so much shit going on up in my head. So there's so much things going on in my head that even though I was cognizant that I was in a dream, I couldn't control it because my brain was going too fast for me to keep up. So it was this weird thing. So I guess you could call it a half lucid dream. I was aware that I was in it, but I still couldn't control anything. So it was weird. And the funny thing is, I actually got into the lucid dream the same way Baku does. Focus on a red object. And for some reason I keep saying a red microphone in front of me, and that's what woke me up. That's what made me realize, oh snap, I'm in a dream. A red microphone was like what got me into the dream. I don't know how, but I think it was around that time, like when I started seeing it, I'm like, I'm in a dream. Damn it. Unfortunately, again, I think it's because my brain is so addled that I could not focus on it. Like I knew I'm in a dream, I know I'm here, but I tried to like control everything and I couldn't because I couldn't piece together what the hell I was looking at. So it was weird. It was like super weird. But I'm in a dream, damn it. I don't get to meet Slim. uh fucking damn it, Pay. Uh yeah. I'm in a dream. I don't get to meet Slim. I mean, I met Slim. Like we came out of the same car together. So it's like, yeah, man. So it's like, yeah, but like I couldn't do anything with that, right? Like, literally, I'm looking over. I see bushes with broken JPEG boxes on them. I don't know why, but it's there. It's so insane. Like I couldn't even like get to understanding what the heck was going on. Like it was weird. And so like but there is some nuance and there is some truth in how Baku achieves achieved lucid dreaming in the show to the real life. Henshin Slim and the Broken JPEG Bush, a story for the ages. Yeah, but yeah. But yeah, that's but yeah, but like it was crazy. It was crazy. But like going into like what the show's doing, right? It becomes this whole thing of like he was indoctrinated. If we're looking at the iPads and all stuff they were looking at, and apparently it was also auditory. And the reason I said it was similar to something that I had done before, it was because when I was a little kid, and I hadn't thought about this until the show, but I'd been speaking with for my dream. It's always a red flash of a siren. Which okay, fair enough. But like I don't know if anyone remembers this, or if maybe I'm like a rare case, obviously, because I was ADHD. Um, I had to take these auditory tests as a kid. And what they would do is they would put these headphones on you, and then they would play like different high pitched frequencies. And like, and I remember because I had to do those a lot that I do remember those frequencies to the point that for a long time, like, there was a, like, old CRT TVs had this like sound they made when they turned on back then, like in the early 90s. Like, when you turn them on, and then like you hear a like there was like this frequency that so I could hear if anyone in the nearby vicinity was turning on a TV. It was super weird. They do that for driving tests where I live. Maybe, but like they did this for me a lot when I was a kid. Like I vividly remember those, and for some reason it would just be like they would just play those frequencies, but then ultimately like that was because I think they were trying to figure out what I had, right? Because oddly enough, and it's so weird that how this all lined up. I was on a call with my mom earlier today, and she told me that when she took me to see a psychiatrist for the first time, or psychologist for the first time when I was a kid, they told her that I had ADHD and something else. My mom, obviously, because she didn't want to accept that her son had a disorder, didn't want to believe that, and ended up going with the other doctors, and then all these other doctors did these tests. And I remember there was like a big conspiracy on TikTok that like those sounds were some sort of indoctrination test by the government. I don't know if that's true or not. I think it's a conspiracy theory, so I don't think there's truth, but like still it for some reason resonated with me. That particular scene, because maybe because of that conspiracy theory and because what they were doing. Right? Now I don't think I was indoctrinated to anything. I don't think I'm a sleeper agent. But I mean, it would be cool. But I'd hope I'd be a sleeper agent that wouldn't kill anybody. But ultimately, what I think though is that I think like that might be similar, like what they were doing there. Though again, it doesn't raise the question. Okay, maybe that whole process. Because here's the thing: if Knox was the teacher and he was giving those out, then those iPads were part of the erasure process. That's what I think it means. I think that's how he was like. That's how they were like blanking his mind. I think it was literally put all those kids in those classes because he knew they were going to be future ages and literally tried to. So they weren't indoctrinating it. They were trying to remove something. And he says it right there. He was trying to remove any memory of code from these kids' heads. So like I feel like it's definitely I feel like it's either that, because here's the thing: why would somebody who was already even fighting code back then trying to erase something, right? Unless he was part of the that was in fact an indoctrination back then, but later on he entered Baku's head to erase it with that capsim, right? That's what I feel. Yeah, Scruff, that's what I feel. I think at that time he did indoctrinate him, but later did erase him. But but here's the thing, because ultimately he doesn't remember the erasure. He doesn't remember it. So, I mean, Baku doesn't remember the erasure, so clearly he erased that. But so at the time, Nox could have been working for it, but then that doesn't explain why he jumped from being a teacher to a cop. You know? Like, it doesn't answer questions. It doesn't answer, like, why the jump in career, unless the jump in career was when he left code. Like, he probably left code before, right? And then, like, maybe he didn't remember anything. Maybe that was like erasure done to himself, maybe? Because remember, he didn't have that equipment anymore. Have to do with the stuff in the dream at the beginning of the episode. Those four things, I mean, it was the four capsums. It was the balance of the mind. That's what it was. But here's the thing. Here's what I'm thinking here. See if we can follow the logic. At the time, Nox indoctrinated him. Then later, he erased all knowledge of that. But then, so that begs the question: when did he do it? Because obviously we don't know that, because as far as we know, because we're in the same darkness, just like Baku, because we don't know what his deal is. Like, we don't know what we can't know what he doesn't know, right? Like, we're on the same level of knowledge here, and that same level of knowledge is kind of what's going on there. Because ultimately, Nox can't, like, he feels like something is happening there. He feels like maybe that, like, he did wrong by him, and by erasing his mind, he was doing him a service. But because ultimately he felt like he could take care of code himself, maybe. If I'm being perfectly honest. But even then, like, there's still some places. I feel like maybe when yeah, I mean, I feel like the timeline only makes sense that if he became a cop, the only thing we have Baku doesn't is a few more moments of Nox and a few more moments of the victims, plus Minami and Zero's interactions. I mean, we did have an interaction with Odaka and Fujimi a few episodes back, and he seems like a totally different person, which leads me to believe that when he left code, he had his memories erased, and I think that came around the same time his driver was destroyed. Like, if we were to put it together like that, which can only mean one thing. The race capsum was used one last time on Nox. When he decided to leave, they erased his memory of code, but somehow broke the seal on that. He somehow broke the memory wipe. Somehow, like Baku's kind of achieving. He broke the memory wipe, and that's why he joined the police corps, because the paranormal unit knew something about nightmares, and that's why he joined. It still doesn't explain how the paintings were donated. Like, that, I feel like is going to be like a hell of a gymnastics to make, but it does make sense how that would have happened. He got his memory erased, and then, but he still kind of like breaks through the mental blockade and remembers something. And so the only person that would like that he wanted to hunt for nightmares, so he becomes a cop, and then they found I guess he convinces the police chief at the time to start the division. Fujimi gets added to the division because remember, Fujimi didn't believe in nightmares either. Before, like, it's kind of like what's going on with Naguma now, that she doesn't really believe in the nightmares. Fujimi back then didn't believe in the nightmares. So it's ultimately become this whole thing. No, because here's the thing. Fujimi didn't know, right? He didn't know about the nightmares. He knew that they existed, and he wanted to prove their existence. But he didn't know that he fought them. because it didn't feel like that would be like he wasn't playing like he was doing a secret identity thing. He wasn't playing. So it doesn't really like feel like he was like pulling Fujimi along. I think it was mainly like, yeah, his memories were erased, but he somehow broke the mental blockade. And it's not too far fetched to think because Baku did it too. And not completely, because remember he wasn't remembering who the teacher's face was, and it wasn't until like he focused in that he suddenly started remembering. So it's not that it was impossible to break. The problem is Odaka said he was the only one who should have to fight them. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, no, that, yeah. There's too many questions, man. We got too many questions here. And it's ultimately like, why doesn't New Captain Bakugan unstable? I mean, to be fair, remember he made it himself. The ones that he gets from the capsule machines, those are more stable. He made this one himself. So yeah, that's gonna be like effectively unstable. So I would believe that like there's probably some sort of like process for it to be stabilized. I don't know if that's true or not, but erase is also not from one of the four paradigms, which I'm sure doesn't help. Yeah, it raises too many questions. Like there's too many questions here. Like, and I love that the show keeps making us guess. I love that the show keeps making us question stuff. And I love that like we are here right now. It's because literally this is the reason why I started doing the show, is because it leads to questions, and we here in the chat and myself, we're all talking with each other, trying to piece this shit together. And that's literally what I do, because this show makes you question things. It makes you question everything. Zets is making us question just overall, like, what we think is real and what isn't. What happened in reality and what happened in the dream. It's so I can't believe this show is still delivering on this fucking writing. I was expecting we would be hitting filler territory any minute, but nah, this show still slaps, son. So ultimately, it's so good. It's so good. I haven't even had to pull out a rating system for this show because every episode's been a 10 out of 10. Like, it's so good. But, like, again, I love that it's got us talking. I love that it's got us speculating. I love that it's keeping us, like, in the know. It's keeping us in here. So, I ultimately am excited. I have so many questions about what's going on rattling in my head. And I know, like, we can sit here and speculate all night about what the true answer is. But the only way we're going to know is seeing the show next week. So, yeah, but I do love speculating, though. I do love speculating. But I think ultimately there's only so much speculation we can do in so little time. And I can already feel my throat getting a little irritated. So I want to keep what left of my voice I have for the number one Sentai ZEZTZ-udan tomorrow, because at some point we have to rely on Takahashi. Yeah, Takahashi gonna cook. He's still in the kitchen, son. He's still in there. He cooking. He cooking. Hey, this guy, this chef be cooking gas, son. But I'm going to try to save my voice for the ZEZTZ-udan tomorrow, because guess what? It took 41 episodes, but ZEZTZ-udan is good again. It took 41 episodes, but ZEZTZ-udan's finally getting good. Which is not a statement I say lightly, but yeah, ZEZTZ-udan's finally getting good. So we're going to see what happens with that tomorrow. You want more Capsum lore? Honestly, I feel like we could do some more Capsum lore. Absolutely. I agree with you on that 100%. Oni sister. Yeah, like here's the thing, like they kind of like they gave a pseudo explanation for how they replaced the actress. They gave a pseudo explanation and then never acknowledged it again. I was like, okay. But at the end of that episode, they're starting to pull into Endgame, and the Endgame is starting to get super serious. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that tomorrow on the number one Sentai ZEZTZ-udan. We've already been going for a hot minute, and my throat's like killing me right now. So I'm gonna end the show here, guys. Thank y'all so much for coming out every Saturday to the ZEZTZ-udan. Means a lot to me so much that y'all come out and like just watch the show with me and just overall exchange ideas. I love doing that. We'll see what happens next week. Everyone remember your predictions because I'll probably forget them next week. I apologize. My memory's crap. I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys have yourself a wonderful rest of your night. I will see you guys tomorrow for the ZEZTZ-udan. Until then, or if not, I'll see y'all next week here on Saturday for another jam-packed episode of the Kamen Rider ZEZTZ-udan. Until then, stay sexy, stay awesome, but overall, stay true to the future because remember, the future is in your hands and your hands alone. Only you can seize it. Seize the future, baby. Until then, I will see you all next time. I am Carl Sanchin, your favorite mercenary fortune coming to you live from the year 2285. Until next time, peace out.